to invite our first speaker for this session. Our first speaker is Dr. Andreas Kurbard. Dr. Andreas Kurbard has a one-page full of his CV. I asked him if he wants me to read all of it and take it out of his time. He said, no, tell everybody that I'm a small little dentist in a small little village in Germany. So welcome our small little dentist, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the small little dentist. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. Thanks very much for the invitation. Okay, I try it. Okay, better. Thanks very much for the invitation here to this Congress. Yes. It's really not so important to tell many words about me. You should know two things. As a dentist, I'm highly involved in the aesthetic dentistry. It's what we mainly do in our small little office in the small little town. And the second thing, and maybe that's why I'm here, is that all the CAD/CAM devices we are using to help us in this way. And last year I did a lecture exactly on the same place, and I called it Computer-Aided Aesthetics. And I told here something how this technology can make it easier to create high aesthetic restorations. And now today we want to have the second part of this. And a lot of things happens every day and every month and every year in this area of computer-aided dentistry. And so now I believe some changes are happen that we can improve the communication with the patient with the help of computer-aided procedures. This is a lady who comes to our office. And she told us, okay, my teeth become shorter and shorter and they don't look very nice. And you can see there's an extreme loss of enamel. Only a very thin layer of enamel is on this teeth, on the labial side. Maybe this material is a little bit weaker than the normal enamel. And we made a wax up for her. And look, we made the incisor edges very much longer than before. If you do this, you should urgently have the confirmation of the patient. Maybe if not, you can have a lot of trouble. So that's why we make a so-called mock-up, slight isolation of the underground, and in this case we use the thermoform splint. Now I have this great idea with the silicone. If I would redo the case, but I don't need, I would use the silicone, but here you can see, then you have to remove it carefully, clear the margins. You don't have to do it when you use the silicone. And now we learn from this wax up. Look at this, look at the left canine here. I have made this a little bit shorter because our wax up here is standing out of the lower lip, and that's not good. So this is not the final restoration. This is a short photo of the wax up, of the mock-up, and she likes it. So we are confirmed. The communication has been good. She can look in the mirror and says, okay, this length is for me okay. I have no problem with this longer teeth. And then we make the optical impression here. We open the margins for this and we get some kind of model. This is the SLA printing of this case, and then you can, after the form of the wax up, we now build veneer for veneer. We mill it. In this case, it is not from the last month, it's from maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and we didn't have this new impulse material. This is Emax CAD HT bleach color, very thin. You look, you can see it here. And one other benefit when you use CAD/CAM systems, here you can see what can I cover with different material thicknesses. This is 0.3, it's the thinnest possible thickness you can mill with the machine. Then I take this double, 0.6, 0.9, and 1.2, and you can see when you want to cover the black line, you need more than 1 millimeter. And so you have the possibility when you know this and you need this to hire in the parameter design of your software, then you say to the software, I need 1.2 millimeter, and this will be added, and you will be shown if you have this knot, and you must add a little bit more. So CAD/CAM can control this aesthetic things. Here, this is the prep tools, and I bring with a dry-in gel this 0.3 thick ceramic on these tools, and you can see all these inside effects. This maybe we want it. If you want to make a nature-like restoration, you don't need staining and make these effects from outside, because if you have a translucent ceramic with the optical property like the enamel, it works like enamel. Maybe 0.3 is a little bit thin, but look at 0.6. This is a nice restoration. We have to do nothing more, and we have all the colors and the optical effects we need. This is 0.9. It disappears, and now with 1.2 you have the complete covering of the structures. Now we want to cement this. At first we haven't here because it's a prepless case. At first you have to remove the provisional, clean the surface, make the fit checking, conditioning of the ceramics, application of rubber dump if possible, conditioning of enamel and or dentin, cementation, light curing, excess removal, polishing, and final check. How do we do the conditioning of the ceramic? We clean it, we etch it, normally 60 seconds, but be careful, the lithium disilicate, all Emax should only be etched 20 seconds. Then clean the ceramic intents and apply a silane. How can I fix such a small veneer during this? This is a dental probe, and this is a little bit of bonding like cured. The ability or the risk that this is fall down is 50%. This is delivered by Ivoclar Viva, then the risk of fall down is higher than 90%. What shall I do? My suggestion is, this is a holder for a brush, and this is Fermit, this is a material for making provisional inlays. Put a little bit of this material in the hole where normally is put the brush and fix it, and then light cure this. And if you want to remove it later, don't turn it in this direction, rotate it, and so it will be removed very easily. Then you have this fixed, the risk of fall down is low, you will see, and try it. And then you make the etching. And then you should use some kind of silane, and this is a difficult thing, was a difficult thing. Now we have this multi-purpose silane, and we don't have to think what is the right or what is not. I love this because when I have this, I can throw 5 or 6 bottles away from my office, and I don't like so much bottles. And for the tooth surface, you should etch the surface. Be careful, enamel is 30 seconds, dentin only 5 to 10. Clean the surface, and if I have more than 70% enamel, I only add the normal bonding. When you have more dentin open, you should use additionally a dentin adhesive material. In this case, we have mostly enamel, and so once again, think the etching time, and we only have to, here is only this area is dentin, so we only add the bonding material here. And then you place the veneer here, rotate it, not this direction, rotate it from the cervical margin up to the incisal edge, and you can see all the bubbles are coming down. I come from Jeddah, and during the lecture a lady called me, I have a small dark spot in the center of the veneer, what is it? And I told her, you can be sure this is a bubble. And what can she do? She can wait until decementation, or she can make a new one. So then carefully remove the excesses. Then for removing the excesses, it is worth to make a spot curing. When you use the blue phase instruments, they have such a tip. Ask Ivoclar, there's a small tip. You make spot curing. The material here is not completely hardened. You can remove it easily, but the veneer doesn't move. You can be sure. And after this, you can make the final curing, polish it a little bit. Now this is the patient before, and this she's after. How do you think how old she is? I only have 5 minutes. I said she's 52. Maybe in the next picture you can see it a little bit more. And so this is the patient, this is the dentist. What we have done to be successful is communication. And so with this, I'm in time. I thank you very much for your kind attention, and good luck with CAD/CAM and aesthetics. Thank you very much.
So I'd like to present Dr. Kurbard with his certificate of appreciation.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you very much.
And also a little present from the organizers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.